Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kristen Sanchez, and I'm going to be your presenter today. Welcome to Tejano Virtual Events. So today we have a great presentation, and I'm going to say that, but I am your presenter for today. We are going to talk about a wonderful database called Learning Express. The session is being recorded, so just to let you know. We're going to talk about Learning Express. It's a great tool that you can use for students, you can use for your family members, for yourself. There's a lot of great tools, and even if you've already finished, you've graduated, there's a lot of great tools on this database that can help with a lot of different areas of your life. So we're going to learn about all the great resources it has to offer, and this comes straight from your EPCC library. So we'll go ahead and get started for that. I just wanted to say hi. Now I'm going to turn off my camera and we'll start our presentation. Okay, so you'll see here I'm on the library homepage. So in order to get to the library homepage, you have a couple of ways to do that. So that way you can find this great resource I'm going to show you. So you have here the web address. So right up here at the top that I'm highlighting, you'll see that there is the epcc.edu/services/libraries. So you can go straight by doing that. You can even Google EPCC libraries and it would take you here also. So that's one way to remember. But also under menu, you'll see that we're one of your resources. So all you have to do is click on this plus sign and click on libraries, and it takes you straight to this page. The last way to find us is we are at the bottom of all of these college pages down here in the blue area. You can just click right here at libraries. So we want to make sure you find us. So we give you lots of ways to do that. Okay, so here on the library page, if you'll notice, you can scroll down a little bit. There is a Get Connected button. So let's just say after today, you want to come back to this and you cannot remember what I told you or how to get to it. All you have to do is click on Get Connected, and it shows you our hours. We are open 7 days a week online, so that you can go 8 to 8 Monday through Friday, or Saturdays and Sundays from 9 to 3 to get some assistance. And all you have to do is connect now, and it will have this little chat box. And from those hours, we have somebody who is there waiting to help you. All you have to do is ask what your question is, or you can even look at our frequently asked questions, asking something that maybe if you're interested in knowing, you can just read what those former answers were. But for any other questions you may have, you just put that in there and start a chat, and a librarian will come on, or a staff member, and we'll talk to you about your question. So as you scroll down this page, you're going to see some of our great resources. So we have books, we have articles, we have ebooks, but the resource I'm talking to you about today is called Learning Express Library. So I'm going to show you how to get to that. You're going to click here where it says Online Databases. And once that page loads, you're going to see there's all sorts of tabs for you to choose from. So Learning Express is going to be found right here under Careers and Testing. So Careers and Testing, and there's some databases that are good for this topic. So Learning Express Library, sorry, if you click on that link right there, it opens a page that looks like this. Okay, it has a really nice search box right here. So if you don't remember which one of these little boxes to go to, you can enter your information right here and it'll help you find it. Okay, so the first step you want to do when using our Learning Express library is to click here where it says sign in or register. Okay, in order to benefit from the services of this, you should register to get a free account. It's all completely free. This is provided by the TextShare databases. You'll see the little Texas logo right here. And that comes from our Texas State Library. It's something that EPCC provides access to through our subscriptions for you. Okay, so if you click here on register, you're going to see this nice little window that says what is your name, your last name, your email. You're going to confirm your email and you're going to create a password. It has to be between 10 to 32 characters long. And then you're going to confirm your password. You do not need to put anything for student or course section, and then you register. So step number one is you want to register for an account. So I've already done that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in my information. So I guess it's something that can be used here, or if it's over in Europe, maybe it's a different interface. So somebody asked, why does it say European citizen? Yeah, it could be that it's a different interface for those outside of the US. Okay. So you'll see here, I went ahead and logged in, and so it recognizes me, which is kind of cool. Up here on the blue bar, you'll see my name, Kristen Sanchez. It has my center, it has my settings, and this is also where I can log out. So once you make an account, your name will pop up here, and you'll notice it opens to something called my center. So basically anything that I do in this database, it's going to keep record of here, so that, let's just say I'm doing a test, I'm doing a practice exam, and I'm getting hungry, so I want to stop, and that exam is a couple hours long. I don't want to have to start over again. So it allows you to stop if you're doing it, the test, and then you can come back to it later. So what you can do is come when you log in, you see here on your test, it tells you that you have these tests or tutorials or ebooks that you were working on before you stopped, and then you can just come back straight to that. So that way you have the opportunity to take a break and come back. Okay, so this is called My Center. It's right here under my name, and this is going to be where it stores your information. Now I'm going to come back to here in just a minute because I want to show you some of these different options that you have on your My Center. But first of all, let's start with the home. So this is where we landed when we first came into Learning Express. And you see here it has a public library and a college library option. That's kind of new. So public library view that you have here, it has windows that are good for everybody, not just college students. It has it for everybody, your parents, if you have children or smaller brothers and sisters. It has information that can help all of them. So that's what under public library. Under college library, it kind of pulls out information that's good for college students. So how to get some success skills, how to prepare for careers. If you do need to do some placement test, or you've already graduated and you want to go on and do some graduate school. And it even has resources in Spanish, which is pretty cool. So you see we have all of these different options, okay? So I'm going to go back over here to the public library side, and the reason I'm doing that is because there's so many great tools. I want you to see all of them, okay? So as we go through here, and I want you to stop me whenever you have a question, just because I want to make sure that I address it while we're there, okay? So feel free to raise your hand or put something in the chat box. I'd be glad to answer your questions. Okay, so we're going to start, and we're just going to go one by one just to kind of show you what kind of neat things are in each one of these. Okay, so Career Center. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this picture right here, and if you notice under Career Center Plus, it has all of these different options for you. Okay, so Career Center Plus is where you're going to go when you want to take a test. So a lot of you that may be going through different programs may have to take a test to get certified in whatever it is you're studying. So for example, if you're under one of our allied health programs, there's going to be a test if you're going to become a dental assistant or a medical assistant or a pharmacy tech or a surgical tech. There's tests that you need to take to prepare. And this database, it prepares you by giving you practice exams and ebooks to help you. So for example, if I wanted to become a dental assistant and I want to see this ebook to see what its, information's in it, I can actually click on it, and it tells me that there's a book that covers all of this information, and I can actually download it. So if I click on download ebook, it's actually going to pop up a window that I can save it to my device and read it at my leisure. Okay, so this is how you can download these ebooks and study for these exams. Some other things it offers for you, let's just say I'm interested in taking the practice exam to be a surgical technologist. I can click on the practice exams. It gives me 2 that I can choose from. And it says here that I can start the test. It gives me a little information about it. So I start the test. It takes a second. It's got to load. and it tells me a little bit about the exam. So they kind of try to do it like in a simulation mode. So it's like when you actually go to take the exam, it's telling you that there's going to be 200 questions and it's going to give you 240 minutes. Okay, so 4 hours for this exam. So it's actually, that's how long you have to take this test. So you have 3 ways where you can take this test. Simulation, which means if you choose the simulation mode, it's going to start a timer for 240 minutes and it's not going to stop until your timer is up. Okay, so it's going to let you keep going. So this would not be a time when you could stop and go get food and do that. You'd have to actually finish if you're doing the simulation mode. And I got a question is, do these get updated as the tests are updated? They try. Sometimes we notice that sometimes there may be an addition older, but we always talk to Learning Express to find out when they're going to be updating, and they're very responsive. So if you do see one that's a test, let's just say, oh, I know that this got updated in 2021 and this is showing an older one, let us know, and then we'll see if we can find out more information for you, because these tests do get updated frequently. So they do update them regularly. It's just we want to make sure you're taking the correct version. So you'll also see that there's a practice test mode, okay? So it's actually going to do the same thing where it will do the timer, but it's not going to be enforced. So let's just say that it's already past 6 hours and you're still testing. It's going to let you keep practicing, just because that way you know how long it actually took you, so you can try to improve your time. So that's the practice mode. But the one I like to do for my own self is learner mode. And the way that works is you're not under the pressure of the time. And what it's going to do is when you answer the question, you have the ability to check your answer right on the spot. So let's start this test. And of course, I've never studied to be a surgical technologist, so I'm not going to possibly know the answers. So I'm just going to say what, I want to try a term. So let's just say, what is the correct term for nose reshaping? So I could say a rhinoplasty. Let's check that answer. And it says that that is the correct answer. So you see it's nice and green, says your answer is correct. And I got confirmation right then when I had the question, versus waiting to answer 200 and then going back through the whole thing. So I can go down to number 2. What power tool is used in a craniotomy procedure to make burr holes? So I'm going to say, let's say it's the old Penfield dissector. I check my answer and it says, no, that's incorrect. It is not a power tool. The correct answer is B. So what's really nice is it tells me, oh, it's the Midas Rex or cranial perforator. So you'll see that right on the spot. Okay, and so now I want to go and I'm going to jump back to my center because I want to show you something. So this is where I was at the beginning. I want to show you what happens when I finish some of these tests. Sorry, let me get back to that. So you'll see that there's these tests that I've already completed. I want you to see what happens when I've completed an exam. So I actually took the grade 4, like if I was in 4th grade math, I took their little practice test, okay? There was 25 questions on it, okay? So let me go back to it. Sorry, I'm going to go back to my answers. Just takes a second or more. Give me 1 second. Let it go back. It got confused because I clicked too many times. And so what it's going to do is it's going to allow me to check my test that I've already taken and that it has stored for me. So it already has that information from how I did on the previous attempt. Let's see if it's going to get me back in, or I'm just going to go ahead and go back into it real quick. It got confused because I clicked so many times. So I'm going to go back to my center. Okay, and you'll see here, here's my tests. So again, this was the grade 4. When I clicked on it, it took me back to the test, but really what I want to see is how I did. So here it says that I've completed the test. I've already had one that I completed. So I'm going to click on this little plus sign here. When I click on the plus sign, it said I got a whopping 20% right. So I was like, oh, that's not good. 5 out of 25. Let's see what I missed. And so you can come over here and there's another little plus sign right here to the side. And it says, you know, you really need to develop your skills. So here are some helpful hints where you can go to do that. There's geometry, there's algebra, numbers and operations, etc. These are some other tests available on Learning Express that will help make you better at doing this test. And then you can come here and it has my score report. And it tells me where I'm weak, what I was good at, so that I can improve for the next go round. So it says under this topic, under the number of questions and points possible, I got 0 correct. Under fractions, I got 3 correct. So it tells me where I'm doing okay and where I need some help. So this is on my score report. Okay, so I'm going to go back a step. And when I go back a step, I can also click on, it just takes it doesn't like, I guess, that I go back. So let me get back out. I'm sorry, it's giving me a little issue today. So when I go back into my center, I'm going to go back to my test, back to my plus sign, and my other plus sign. I'm going to review my answers. So it also gives you another opportunity to do that. So on some of those tests, like the one I chose on the learner method, I could actually check them as I went along. So this one, it's going through each question and telling me the correct choice, and it's actually breaking it down for me. So like this is talking about place value, and it's saying what number is in the hundredths, and I said, oh, the 1. And it's saying, no, it's the B, number 2. And it's showing me an explanation of why. So that's going to help you develop for your next time you take the test. It doesn't just give you the answer, it tells you why. So that's kind of a great way to learn. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the home page and back to this Career Center, and then look a little bit further down. So they have learn more about careers, which right now it's a great time to figure out what you want to do for a living if you haven't already. This is some great places to come, and these are all ebooks. So you'll see you have tutorials, you have ebooks, you have tests. This database offers it all. So let's just say I want to explore a career in the culinary arts. It says there's an ebook for that, so I can download that ebook and read it. And it's really neat to see that they have so many great tools for you in order to be successful in your different paths. Okay, I'm also going to look here under job search and workplace skills. It has how to interview, how to change careers, how to do email etiquette. So if you're having issues that people are saying you need to be a little bit more professional, this is where you can come and say, I need to learn more about email etiquette. And it actually has a tutorial versus an ebook that can help you with those types of questions. And it has the little video, okay, and it has the information right here so you can read it. It has where you can hide that transcript if you don't want the words available, and it is even closed captioned, so if that's helpful to you. Okay, so this is a tutorial. So I'm going to go back, go back up here to my home, to my Career Center Plus. And then you see again, here's all the different tests. And look at all the choices you have. I showed you health, but there's commercial driver's license, cosmetology, EMS, law enforcement, military. You know they have to take the ASVAB. It has exams, ebooks, test practices, real estate exams, all sorts of things that might help you with what you want to do. So that's Career Center Plus. Job and Career Accelerator is another tool for careers, but this one helps you build resumes. Look at that. You can get in here and you can help make a resume. It has a tool that helps you create a resume or helps you with different letters that you might need for your job search, you know, where you have thank you letters or cover letters. And then over here, it shows you some tutorials on cover letters and resumes. So that's that one point. Then if you click here, there's a find a career match. So if you look here, you can put your interest in here. It's going to take you on a quiz, or your skills. It's going to take you another quiz about your skills or your interests. And so I've already done one. And so when I call it up, what's really nice is it gives you your results. It remembers you. Congratulations, you're ready to explore. These are some of your interests. Are you realistic? Are you investigative? Are you artistic, social? It gives you what kind of interest you showed when you took the quiz. So, it tells you here. And then it'll say, let's look at the different matches that I have. I should be a child care worker, an engraver, or a model. There you go. And this is going to be based on your preparation level. So if I say, I don't mind being prepared, and then it says, well, like going to school and getting degrees, these are some other things you could do, or going through different pathways. I could be an economics teacher. I could be a political scientist. So these are based on how much preparation you want to go through and what kinds of careers that you can then lead into. So this is a really nice way to look at other career paths you may have never thought of before. Okay. I'm using my little back arrows here, see if I can get back to where I started. You can also explore occupations here. Okay, so these are some career tools. So if you were former military and you're coming into civilian occupations, it has a tool to help you match what your job was in the military. So that's kind of helpful, to see by putting in what branch you were and to put basic names or codes so that it can try to match what you did in the Navy, Marines, Army, whatever you were in, it can help match that. Okay. It can also provide you with some bright outlook occupations. So what does that mean? What occupations have rapid growth right now? Okay. What are some other ones that are looking good on the future? And so it provides you with links to these that you can research more about. Or those that have a lot of job openings. Nursing is one of them. And if you click on it, it tells you about that career. It gives you a nice little video. It has telling you about the wages, what are some of the things you'll do, because it's nice to say that, but you need to know more about it other than, oh, how much am I going to make and what do I need to do? What are you going to be doing as an acute care nurse? So you can click on here and it'll give you that information. So it helps you make better decisions on your future path. As you go down, you can see there's also web resources. What kind of education do I need? Tools, all these great things. And it even shows you available jobs. So you could say, okay, I'm interested in that, but are there really jobs? Are there jobs in El Paso? And look here, it's showing you jobs in El Paso for this career just by looking here under view available jobs. So it's going to show you, can I actually find a job doing this? And I don't want to leave El Paso, can I do it here? And so that's what this will do if you choose some of these occupations to explore. Okay, and then it has some other ones like STEM occupations, some hot technologies. Trying to go back again. So also under the Job and Career Accelerator, it has where you can actually search for jobs also without having to go through some of these other links. It says here, search for jobs and internships. So that's a neat thing to do while you're in college too, or right as you graduate, is to get an internship. And a lot of people aren't familiar with them. So this would be a good place to go to find out what kind of internships are available. So you can click here under Launch, the career tool, do that. And it will show you what kind of internships there are. So you can say here in El Paso, let's just say what's available to me. I didn't put anything under specific because I just want to see what pops up. So I guess it talks about if you want to work in as a refrigeration apprentice or a family resource specialist, or you're looking to get something in an office. It has where you can get these internships as a crisis counselor, etc. Okay, so this is looking under the internships. So I can also go back. Let me go back using this. And I'm going to actually go through the search jobs. Now this is using Indeed. So when I launch the Indeed job search, it's actually using that as a tool. So I mean, that's a free tool. But what's really nice is if you make a resume or a cover letter and you use the tool here, it'll actually allow you to load your resume to the job that you want to apply for. So let's just say I want to be a pharmacy technician in El Paso. I can put that information here and search those jobs, and sometimes it takes a minute. It's actually quick. And look, they have a job at CVS. So I can actually save this job, or I can apply here and I can load my resume straight into it from here. So that way it's already set up for you through this portal. Or let's just say I'm looking to move. My family's going to be moving to San Diego after I graduate. So are there jobs there for me now? So you can actually look and see what's available to you now before you move, and you can start applying. So that's kind of a neat tool as well. So I'm back to my Job and Career Accelerator. Also has some things to help you prepare for an interview. So sometimes it's not something we've done before. Maybe I've never worked before. So there's tutorials, which are like those videos I showed you, where you can learn how to interview with confidence or how to follow up with sample letters. There's an ebook for that. What happens when you get a job offer, if you have to negotiate your salary. Okay, there's all sorts of portals to help you with this process. Yeah, it's really nice. There's a lot of tools, and I bet a lot of people don't even know we have this. So this is why it's great for you all to be here so you can learn more about it. And then you can just go straight here to the ebook library as well. This is all under Job and Career Accelerator, and it talks about different careers. What is it like to be a legal mediator? What is that even about? You know, or there's some conversations for career success on teaching you how to talk to people that could be your contacts on social media. Or if, they always say it's all about networking. Well, how does that work? This is where you can find more information about that. Okay. Or how to be a police officer. There's an ebook. So there's all these different books here on this database that you can use. And then there's also Discover Schools and Scholarships. So let's just say, for example, you found out that, I want to become a forensic scientist. And you're like, but it says that I need to get a bachelor's degree in a certain field. And you're not sure what school would offer that to you or how to get that certain degree you need. You can go through the school finder and it leads you through a process like, okay, am I going to graduate school or am I trying to find a tour for your program? Tour for your program. Do you need some help to narrow down your search, or do you have an idea where you want to go to college? You could put like, I want to go to UT Austin, or I want to go to UTEP, or I just want to go to school somewhere in Massachusetts. You could put that here and it would help you find schools. Or you could do this quick match where you go through the start and you can choose, where do you want to go to school? I want to go in the Southwest. Next. I want it to be a 2-year college. Next. And then you can actually select what areas of study you're interested in. Like I say, architecture, communications, culinary, education. And then I say matches. And look, it pulls up schools on a list that you can then look at. Okay. And so you can say, oh, I didn't even know we had this here, or where it is, Central New Mexico, and it's all in the Southwest. Or then you can then put a location. Let me see if anything pops up for El Paso. And there we are, El Paso Community College. And it pops up information about our school, the cost, admissions, testing, what majors we have, if we have athletics. It has all sorts of information about your school. So that's on here. Let me go back to the home page. Let me get back, I say. So that's Job and Career Accelerator, okay? So I'm going to go back to the home page and we'll move on. So I'm going to show you each little portal, just kind of an overview. I don't want to take a lot of time on every single one, but just to kind of show you. So high school equivalency. So if you haven't gotten your GED or someone in your family hasn't and they'd really like to do it, this can help them get ready, how to build their basic skills, how to prepare for the GED test. It even has it in Spanish. So any of these that you click on, it provides you with ebooks or tutorials and courses on helping you with the math, social studies, sciences, everything that you're going to have to know when you take that GED test. It even has, again, in English as well. And then it even has some additional resources if it applies to you. And it even helps you build your basic skills. So if you're not good at reading, writing, or grammar, vocabulary, math, it has skill builders to get you back up. Maybe it's been a few years since you've been in school and you haven't taken math in years. This will help build your skills back up and get you ready. And EPCC also offers a great GED program. And if you'd like more information on that, just let us know. Okay, so this is under the High School Equivalency Center. Then it also offers this college admissions test preparation, which is where you can go. Let's say you're still in high school, or you have brothers and sisters and they need to take the SAT or the PSAT, or they need help writing their college admissions essay. This can help prepare them with ebooks, practice tests, and tutorials. Or say you also maybe have kids or you have brothers and sisters or family members that are having trouble in school. They have grades 3 through 8 resources that you can break up into elementary or middle school. So for elementary, as you saw earlier, I took a math test and do so well on it. And it's at different levels. So they have algebra, numbers and operations, geometry, even financial literacy practice at the elementary school level. Also for reading comprehension, how is it to read poetry? Narrative reading has all of these different skills, and even has practice for the STAR test. And I'm not even familiar anymore with what they're offering in the schools, if it's still STAR, but there it is. It's a practice test in case it is. Middle school, math, reading, writing, social studies, vocabulary, and I guess some places have high school entrance exams. They have those. Because you've got to imagine this is for the state of Texas, so it's different depending on where you are, if you're going into private schools or what your school might require. So it has it all on here. So it may or may not apply to your location. Okay, but look at all of these neat things you have. Okay, so then if these aren't what you're looking for, they also have high school if you have older kids, or high school level is good for my math level right now. I could click here under math skills under high school, and it's even going to have calculus and trigonometry, geometry practice, ebooks, videos, basic math, algebra, data analysis, and the same for English, reading, vocabulary, and writing. So it increases the level as you increase in the grade level. So science has biology, chemistry, earth sciences. It has something called Science Show. It has astronomy videos, STEM videos. Social studies gets into geography, the Constitution, and civics. Technology, all about technical writing even, computers, logic, and there's some state test in case tax. I know that used to be one. The TSIA has all of this here. As you go, now we're in college. So college success. So what the college success one is not all about the math, the reading, the English. It's organizational skills on this one. Look at this. It's helping you. And this could help a lot of people, not just if you're a student. How to get organized, how to achieve your goals. How do you multitask? It has tutorials and manage your time. So these are really perfect for as you're getting older and having to take on more tasks. I know a lot of our students work, have kids, they go to school. Classroom skills. What's the best way to listen in a classroom? Maybe you haven't been in school for a while. How do you take notes? What are some strategies that I can use to help me with online classes? It's a big thing that we hear from students is I don't do so well in online classes. Maybe this can offer you some skills to help you. Reading, memorizing, all of these are some tips to help you be more successful in the college environment. Okay, information literacy skills even. So how to find sources and write citations. This is right now in the library zone. That's all we're about is information literacy. So this is a great place to come or come to your library and we'll help you with that as well. How to understand and avoid plagiarism, social media, how to make sense of today's media with all that fake news out there. So it has a lot of great things for you outside of even just your regular classes. Okay. Then College Center Plus, what does that have to do for you? So this is where you're now getting into the college level math, reading, grammar, science, and then it talks about college placement exams. If you're already getting ready to graduate, if you're going to graduate school, right here as well as searching for schools and scholarships, which is what we were doing earlier. So look under math. It goes all the way from the most basic math up through calculus and logic reasoning, quantitative, all of these different options, including statistics, which is hard for a lot of people, including myself. Reading comprehension, vocabulary and spelling, grammar, writing, even public speaking. Science, so you're going to have chemistry, physics, biology, and then all of these different tests. So that's under the College Center Plus. And now you're getting into adult core skills. So let's just say, I just want to do better in math. So it has where you can build your math skills. Okay, so these are for adults. Basic math, all the way from basic algebra, maybe whole numbers, decimals, maybe I have trouble with percents or fractions. These are some places you can go to see some videos on decimals, how to identify the value of a digit by looking at its place, some just more basic micro lessons. Look at these micro lessons here. If you click on them, and these are all things you can just do on your phone. You can do it on your iPad or your computer at home, or here in the library or any computer lab on campus as well. So you have these little videos that you can go through and learn more about different topics that you choose. I don't want to hit on the button. And so this is what's real nice. This is how to get it to your center, is if you click save, it'll be saved to your center. Okay, so if I click save, it's now going to be under my center. So if I go up here to my center, there's my micro lesson that I was just on. And so now I'll be able to get back to it when I want to go back and see it because I didn't have time to finish. Okay, so that's under adult core skills. Okay, and it even has how to become a U.S. citizen. So if that's of help, there's some information on how to get your green card, a citizenship exam, and it even comes in Spanish as well. So it's very helpful. So as I go back up here, you'll see that there's also a computer skills center. And again, that's good for everybody. How to get started with your computer. If you just don't even know the basics of what are the different parts of your computer, it has getting to know your computer. And it has tutorials for those. Okay, and it tells you how long they are, so you know how much time you need to dedicate to that particular course. And again, save it and come back to it if you can't sit for an hour right now. Using Windows, hardware, how to get started with the internet, even internet safety, popular software tools. Look at all these different programs you can learn how to use. So even if you're proficient at using PowerPoint and Word, do you know how to use Access? Do you know how to use OneDrive? So you have all these different things you can choose from, and it has the different editions. So that's really nice that you can come in here and let's say, I want to know how to use Microsoft Word for 2019, and here's your tutorials, basic and intermediate. So even if you have just a basic knowledge, you can come and learn some more skills as well. Okay, so that's under popular software. But there's some additional software you may want to learn, like Adobe. So Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Photoshop. If you click on Photoshop, again, it has basic and advanced. So like I said, even if you know a lot about it, maybe the advanced one might offer you some more skills. And then even your Windows operating system. So Windows 10, tutorials, all about it, and what's new, what changed from the previous version, and then basic, intermediate, and advanced. So these are good for anyone. So you have all of these different options for you here. And our last window is in Spanish. And so you could come click here, and this is going to offer you all of this great assistance in Spanish. So if that's better for you or for someone that you want to show this to, look at all of the different options that you have under English and math, GED, and citizenship. So you have all of these different options in Spanish as well. And look, it turned my screen into Spanish up here because it's trying to make sure that if you're on here, you understand how to navigate, and even over here as well. So this is really nice. It's very friendly, easy to use. Again, as soon as you land, let me sign out, you have to sign in or register for an account. And you can actually, you can actually have your family members sign in through the public library. The public library offers this as well. And as a member of the public library, if they have a card through the public library, they can do this as well through them. So they have access to all of those great tools as well. So do you all have any questions? I mean, I think it's a wonderful tool, but I may have gone too fast. So I want to make sure that you all, if you have any questions for me, you can ask them now. And if not, you can come in through our Get Connected. Yeah, Isabel, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. Kristen, can you hear me?
Yes, I sure can.
Thank you. Quick question. So when you say the family can access this database, can they do it with a public library card? And even though my son is a minor?
So that's going to be up to you. I mean, you'll be the one getting him that access so that you can do it. You know, if he has a public library card, that would be for you to sign him up for the account. It would be, you know, up between you and the public library, whatever they have rules, you know. So I don't want to say yes and then all of a sudden they're like, why are you telling people you can do this? So I want you to look on the El Paso Public Library homepage, and then they will have under, possibly, let me look here, I think it's under research, online research. They may have access to their different tools here. You see databases. Okay, so they have their online research, and it says techshare.net. It tells you what databases they have access to. Let me see if it lists Library Learning Express. Let me see under careers. Yeah, they do. See, it has Learning Express here. And so when I click on it, it will come here and it would allow him from home. See, I'm on campus, so it thinks I'm using the EPCC one. But if you try this from home, where you try to get in through the public library, they also have where you can get credentials. See here, let me go back, for techshare.net. And you get the credentials from the public library. So you can talk to them and say, hey, my son has a library card. I want him to get into the databases. And they'll share with you what their rules and policies are as well. So that's El
Thank
Paso
you.
Public
Sounds
Library.
pretty
Of
good.
course.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. It's under their research button right here. Yeah, Terry, go ahead.
Hi. No, I'm not clear on this yet. Let's say someone in another city like Austin wants to use this, and they're not with a uh, community college or UT Austin or just or maybe they don't even go to the library. Can they just go through basic URL?
So what they can do, they can probably contact the public library because TechShare contracts out to all the libraries in the state. universities, medical libraries, academic libraries, public libraries. TextShare is through the Texas State Library. And so in order for them to get access to their resources, they would need to go through a library of some type that they can get affiliated with. And so they would go through their public library that they have locally, because there are some places that you can get in, but it may not allow you to register for an account. Okay, so right now you see me going in and out of EBSCO, but it could be because I'm on campus. I did have someone try it at home and they were able to get in from home and make their account as well. So from another person from EPCC. So a lot of our databases are locked out with the My EPCC login and password. So you might encounter that when you try to enter some of our databases, because you have to be affiliated with EPCC to access them. But the public library, just by having a card with them, that should give you access to their resources. And they should have this statewide. So their public libraries there should have these same exact databases that we have if they go through TextShare.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Sure. So anyone else have any questions? And if you don't have them now or you would like to look at those later, please get in contact with the libraries. I'm going to go ahead and put my email into the chat box. My name is Kristen Sanchez, but I have on my name Gail, so that's why I'm going to put that in there so you can find me on the email. I am the head librarian at the Rio Grande campus, but at each campus there is a library, so you will be able to ask for assistance. If you're on campus, just go to your libraries and you'll be able to get help. This is the reference desk at Rio Grande, and you have my email. So you can ask me and I can tell you about other resources that can help you besides this one, or I can, tell you about the library that you have on campus. If you're not sure where it's located, I can help you find it. But please reach out to the libraries. I'm going to go ahead and also put in here the web address for the library. So if you want to go to it. And remember that all of these resources to you are available to you 24 hours a day. You're able to get in and check for books and articles. You're able to go here and look for books on our catalog. And you're also able to use our databases to look for articles and ebooks just by using your My EPCC account. Yeah, Terry, go ahead.
Again,
Sure.
where is this recording going to be available? So, because I'd like to view it a little slower.
That's okay. Sure. So after this session is over, the recording will be placed on the EPCC YouTube page. So when you go to the EPCC YouTube page, which let me go ahead and show you. And Patricia, who is one of our moderators in here, what she does is she takes this recording and she posts it to YouTube. So Patricia, if I'm going to the wrong place, please let me know. But if you notice here, there's all sorts of different videos for the college.
Excited to go to college but aren't sure what to study. At El Paso Community College.
Let me stop that. And then if you look here, there's different playlists. Okay, so the town hall, biology, English, there's all sorts of great videos here. And one of the categories is Tejano Virtual Events, which is the events we hold on Fridays at 1 o'clock. So if you look here, you can see the full playlist of all the videos that are available to you. So learning about Blackboard, culinary arts, computer science. So if you've missed sessions, you can come here. And there's even other sessions about math called Happy Math Hour. Those are posted here as well. So if you're in math right now, having trouble, look at all these great places that you can go to get videos. And they're over an hour long, taught by math faculty. So that's Happy Math Hour. But there's careers and degrees, family story time. All the videos since we've started this back in 2020 will be located here. So this will be a good place for you to come to find that and more. And so I'm putting in the chat box, I'm putting in your Tejano virtual passport points code. So if you are part of the Tejano Passport, oh, you're welcome, the Tejano Passport program, or you would like to be, I'm going to share that file with you. It helps you when you go to these events to learn more about EPCC or events that are put on by EPCC. You can actually register, and anytime you go, you're going to get an access code like the one I put in the chat box, and anytime you go, you're earning points. And as you earn enough points, you can get a medallion. So even faculty and staff can earn a medallion too. So if you go in here and just go see what Tejano Passport is about and see what other events are happening at the college, and you can start earning those points. So if there's not any more questions, I am finished for today, and I thank all of you for coming. And next week, I'm actually going to be presenting again, and I'm going to be talking about the great building that they just built here at the Rio Grande campus. It's Building J. It has state-of-the-art medical facilities for our students to learn, has a great simulation lab where all of the medical disciplines can work together, and it also even has a mock courtroom. And a wonderful computer lab that overlooks the downtown area. So I hope you join us next week to see that neat tour. So thank you all for coming, and I hope you all have a great weekend. Thank you.